being single and lonely, osteoporosis, and being beautiful over 60. What do these all have in common? These are the topics of the videos from my very favorite creators this week. Number one on this list has to be Little Poet. But her video last week titled Men, Women, Marriage and Divorce, Life Over 60, that's the one that I want to talk about today. She talks about being single and over 60. I think she is almost 70 and I am 65. We've both been divorced, her 3 times and me twice, and neither of us has been married for many years. I don't know how long it's been for her, but for me it's been 21 years or so a very long time. And yes, there are times that as a single woman, I am very lonely. There are times I would love to have a partner to talk to travel with, somebody to come home to, somebody to go to an event with, or even a family function with, and sometimes just to snuggle up with on the couch. But as a twice divorced woman, I know that just because you have a partner doesn't necessarily mean that partner is going to be there for you for these things. It also doesn't mean that the loneliness automatically goes away just because you are married or in a relationship. I know that there were so many times that I was so lonely as a married woman, or even as a woman in a partnership of some kind, with a boyfriend or whatever. That feeling when you do have someone and they're not there for you is not only lonely, it's also very stressful and hurtful. How many married people out there right now are maybe not just alone, but so very lonely? Anyway, I always relate to her videos, and Little Poet has come to be the one creator that I watch every single week, no fail. I never miss one of her videos, and in fact, I look forward to watching each week. Every Sunday means, yay, there's a new Little Poet video. The funny thing is, it wasn't always that way. A year or so ago, I would watch a video of hers on occasion, and although I would enjoy it, I would think at times that she was a little bit corny or maybe too emotional. But I have come to love how authentic and real she is. I now think she stands out in a sea of people who are afraid to be themselves and afraid to show emotions. I feel differently about her now than I did even a year ago, because I am obviously growing emotionally myself as I age, and I appreciate honesty and authenticity now more than anything. I have grown so much more authentic now that I have learned not to care so much what people think. In the past, I was ruled by what people thought. It was important to me to be perfect, to not show any imperfections or anything that maybe wasn't considered appropriate or even cool. I mean, God forbid I didn't fit in or I embarrassed myself in any way. What I have to say now is F that. Because I've grown, I appreciate her sweetness, kindness, and truthfulness. And although you may not realize it right away, her toughness. She has gone through a lot, like I have, like we all have, and has come through the other side without having a lot of walls up, and is still kind and open. I appreciate that, and I feel that I am getting so much better at that, so I do relate to her in a very big way. Maybe you will too. And if nothing else, you may fall in love with her little dog, Desi. Search on her channel for Desi singing. It is the cutest thing ever. I showed it to my granddaughters last week and they absolutely loved it too. Second on my favorites list is the middle-aged Minx. I watch her every Sunday as well. She is a single 60-something-year-old, I think she's 67. She lives in London in Marylebone, which you hear a lot about on her videos. I have been to London and I would love to go back and visit all the places I see in her videos, which is a vlog of her life. She is unique and a little wacky and also very authentic and can be quite entertaining. I love her clothes and the cast of characters in her life. I don't like that a lot of the time she just kind of goes on without really saying anything, and she does spend lots of time lately on sponsored products. So I do find myself clicking through sometimes, but it doesn't stop me from checking in on her videos. You may find her entertaining and you may not. I feel both ways at times, but I remain loyal. Third on my list is Caroline Winkler. Caroline is a 20-something, very talented young lady who started a kind of design channel a few years ago. I think maybe during the pandemic, and it seemed to blow up pretty quickly, which made perfect sense to me, and it was quite understandable because she is real and authentic and funny. Here we go again. I love authenticity, and I don't think there is anyone more authentic than Caroline. I have watched her pretty much since the beginning. Her video this week is entitled A Closet Declutter, and although that is something that I have been working on for quite a while, it is just a coincidence that that is what the topic is this week. In other words, I don't care what her topic is. I always click, and I always really enjoy her videos. I usually like her subject matter, whatever it is. I love her scripting, her editing, and just her attitude in general. I won't go into any more on her except to encourage you to check her out. I don't think I could describe her or her videos well enough to do them justice. I will say that I don't feel that her videos are ever a waste of time, and she almost always makes me laugh out loud, so that is a total win for me. Next on my list is the osteoporosis guy. This one is brand new on my list of favorites, but having been very recently diagnosed with osteoporosis, unfortunately, I started going down that rabbit hole, and that is when I found this channel. There is a lot of information out there on YouTube and the internet to weed through on trying to reverse or at the very least maintain your bone health, but I have found that this channel has really good, solid information. Although the channel is called Front Row with Ed and Elizabeth. As of yet, I have not seen nor heard anything about Elizabeth. Ed does the videos, and I think he does a great job. I now do the exercises he recommends every day, and I follow the food, nutrition, and supplemental information as well. His info seems very balanced and practical, and his videos are well thought out and to the point, which I do appreciate immensely. I like his straightforward style, I guess. If you have osteoporosis or osteopenia, check out this channel and see what you think, and let me know if you find it helpful as well. Also, as a side note, in the US, for whatever reason, a DEXA scan, which is the scan to test for bone health and osteoporosis, is not typically offered until you are age 65. At least it wasn't for me. This is way too late. By this age, you have already gone through menopause and you already have bone loss. At least that is the way it was for me. If you are 40 or 50, please ask your doctor for a DEXA scan now to give yourself some time to preempt any bone loss or to create a plan to stop or reverse any bone loss before it gets to the point of no return. Give yourself that time to fix a possible issue. That's just my little tip, and I hope it helps someone. Let's move on to my fifth creator of the week, Lift with C. I have been lifting weights on and off since I was around 40 years old. I started because I was dating a personal trainer and he taught me and pushed me, and I learned to love it so much that I even eventually studied to get my personal training license myself. When we broke up, probably 6 months later, I continued on, but eventually the gym membership got a little bit too expensive and I pretty much let it go since I didn't have him around to push me and encourage me and keep me on the path. Like so many things in my life, I studied, I learned, and then I got bored and moved on. I know you don't know me well, so I will just say that that philosophy pretty much sums up my life. Find something new which challenges me, learn it, get bored, and move on. And I know that is probably a series of videos on its own, so I won't say any more on that right now. Anyway, I was still lifting weights maybe once a week or so up until a month or so ago, but without a lot of motivation or any real plan. But since I was diagnosed with osteoporosis, it has since become a non-negotiable, and that's when I found Lift with C. C is Cheryl, and to be honest with you, when I first started lifting with her, the The warm-up got me exhausted, but now it's only been a few weeks and I'm consistently doing her 20-minute workouts 3 times a week, and they are pretty much kicking my butt, and I'm loving it because I know something really good is happening. I will hopefully move to 30 minutes soon, but we'll see. I can feel my body changing, so I hope I'll be disciplined and keep it up. And when I return to my doctor in January, I will see some improvement in my bone density scores. Fingers crossed. Anyway, her channel is awesome. I love that she is close to my age because it makes it feel so doable. I love her workouts, and I love that I can work alongside her, which motivates me to finish. I highly recommend this channel if you want to get in better shape and get stronger so that you can stay healthy as you age. But be warned, you're going to be very sore. And last but not least on my favorites list is Pretty Over 50, who has to be on this list because I have watched Kimberly faithfully since the very beginning of her channel 5 years ago. The basis of her channel is that she looked in the mirror one day and didn't know who was staring back at her. She had neglected her skin up until that point, and her skin reflected it, of course. She started this channel to see if she could improve her skin with affordable at-home products and devices. It was at that same time when I, who had always looked pretty young for my age and was used to be being told that and getting those compliments, all of a sudden wasn't getting told that, and I had to be real with myself. And in that, I was seeing signs of aging, major signs of aging. I always wanted to be the best I can be, and I am a student of all things. So it was natural for me to start researching serums and potions and whatnot to see what I could do, and I found her channel. I started watching religiously, and I followed along with a lot of what she was doing, and I learned so much, and ultimately I found the best routine for me. Her video this week was really funny. A couple of years ago, she did a before and after, and there were so many women who accused her of lying, saying that she must have had a facelift because the improvement in her skin was so dramatic. Now, a few years later, they're saying that she needs a facelift. It's a good video, and it's something that I have been thinking about, actually. Not a facelift, but specifically how we are all brainwashed by social media, cosmetic companies, and the like. In the old days, and when I say old days, I don't think that many years ago, women were allowed to age gracefully. I think for the most part, there was nothing and no one that they felt that they had to keep up with. Aging was accepted as part of life, and I think it was a time where women could relax a little and enjoy that, less stressful time in their lives. If they were 60, they could be 60, meaning that they could look 60 and act 60, and they had no pressure to look or act younger. I think my mom has pretty much always felt that way, so I'm lucky in that she has always impressed that idea on me. She advocated the importance always of being the best I can be in regards to education. That was huge for her, and kindness and common sense and taking care of my health. She always stressed all of that over any kind of physical beauty, and I'm grateful for that. Although she always insisted we always look our best, meaning we dress nicely and we do, the best with what we have. It wasn't a priority to be beautiful. When I was 13, I wanted Noxema because of a TV commercial, and my mother said I should use soap, which she has always used soap. And at 88, most people will agree that she looks at least 10 or more years younger. They're always shocked that she's 88, but that's another story. Anyway, it was my grandma who was the one who took me to buy it. Even so, she would never have gone along with what is going on today, meaning the brainwashing by social media and cosmetic companies and plastic surgeons to look a certain way and to never, God forbid, look your age. The idea, of course, is to look younger, to buy products and treatments and surgeries and whatever you can to maintain your youthful looks. I am not going to say that I did not for a time let myself fall into that trap, but it has become clear that no matter what I do, at my age of 65, I am never going to look 40. And all it does is create chaos within myself. I no longer feel a need to keep up based on societal expectations. Having said that, I do, of course, want my skin to be healthy and look its best. And to that end, I do use some products and cosmetics. I do wear makeup. I'm wearing makeup today so that I can film this video and feel good doing it. Because I have a gigantic zit right here and right here. And I mean, how at 65 years old do I still have to worry about that? But anyway, that's beside the point. Back to what I was saying. I don't wear makeup a lot. And I never really did. And definitely not every day, but just sometimes. Usually when I want to look a little bit more polished. I don't feel the same way as Pamela Anderson with the never wear makeup philosophy, but I totally applaud her for being herself and doing what is right for her and not letting anyone else decide what she should look like or wear or do. I guess that's the idea. Be you, do you, and don't let yourself be swayed by what society says. Why do we let ourselves be brainwashed? Why does looking younger equal self-esteem or confidence for so many women and men? Like I said, I used to feel that way, but what changed for me is that I learned to love myself more. At the very core of every human being is the need to be loved, and it really needs to start with loving yourself as you are and realizing that you have value just as you are. It was only when I learned and believed that about myself that I was able to realize that being age 65 is a gift. How many people get to be 60, much less 70 or 80? I don't want to waste any of my valuable and precious time trying to be or look younger. Instead, I want to be grateful for each day that I get to experience and enjoy. Now, I am not saying that I am not going to take care of myself. I am going to take care of my skin and stay as healthy and strong as I can. I'm going to eat right and exercise and take care of my emotional health. I want to be the best that I can be in every way for as long as I can be, so that I can enjoy each day as fully as I can. But trying to be anything other than my age is not on that list. I love so much that I've been blessed to experience 65 years on this earth, and I will be so grateful for every age I can be. I thank God every day for all of my blessings, and I'm so, so grateful for everything that I have, and that gives me such an inner peace. We are all so beautiful no matter what age we are, and we can't let the media or the cosmetic companies or anyone else decide what is beautiful. I don't know you personally, but I know that you are beautiful because everyone is beautiful in their own way. Everyone has something beautiful and unique and very special about them. The key is to realize that and to learn to love yourself for your uniqueness. It took me a while to realize that, but I got there. And I hope that if you are not there yet, you will be soon. But that's just my 2 cents for whatever it's worth. I look forward to hearing what you think. Let me know in the comments below. And as always, all of the links for any of the channels or anything else that I mention here are in the description box below. And if you stuck with me throughout this entire video, you are awesome. Thank you so much for spending your valuable and precious time with me. I can't wait to see you again next week. Same time, same place. And until then, remember, you are beautiful just as you are. Peace.